A couple of days after my mother urged me to ask for something for Christmas, and one day, I had come to this conclusion and sent her a link to Lost Judgment for the Xbox One on Amazon. 2 days after she asked me, and one day before Adrian had texted me and said, "I'm sending you a game. It is on its way. You will have it." The very same day. If you haven't seen the Christmas voyage that occurred 6 days ago, I'd hate to spoil it for you, but in the interest of keeping this story self-contained, I'll just make it known that Adrian was kind enough to send me a game, and I did open it 2 weeks after, live on the voyage. And what game was he nice enough to give me? A game he knew I wanted. Lost Judgment for the PlayStation 4. So for Christmas I got 2 copies of Lost Judgment. And 2 people generous and kind enough to think of me during the holiday season. 1 copy for the PlayStation 4 and 1 copy for the Xbox One. So now I have to decide. I'm pretty sure it's going to have to be Xbox One, though, Adrian. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Honestly, it was just bad timing. So I don't know what to do with the copy you gave me. It really means a lot. I mean, it's still handy. Another reason I was thinking Xbox One is this is a great way to get a little more retro happening when I'm out of town. So I found candy. I found Christmas candy. So you're never gonna believe this thing that Tracy found. It was in my stocking. Oh man. Just dropped some Skittles. Oh, and of course one of them's red and one of them's yellow. You think I'm not gonna eat a yellow and red one off the floor? You're crazy. I will. They're yellow and red. Anyway, she gave me some Skittles, which I love. And she gave me this other box. I bet all I gotta do is shake it, and you'll be able to figure out what kind of candy it is. Are you ready to try? Here it comes. Yes, no, you're right. Minister, you called me on it. You called me on it. I'd eat every single one. All right, here it goes. Listen to the candy and tell me if you can figure out what candy this is. What do you think? It's Nerds. You got it. Yep. So, I love Nerds. Honestly, these could be my second favorite candy. Skittles is my favorite. Nerds, second favorite. But let me tell you about these. They've got some Nerds on the cover here. Okay. There's a yellow Nerd. They're rainbow Nerds, which I assume means it's Nerds of every color and denomination. There's a yellow nerd on the box. And he has a white tunic with a red sun on the chest. On his side, attached to his belt, is a glass potion with a cork and some sort of mysterious blue liquid in it. Finally, in his right hand, he's holding an iron mace. I'm not kidding. There's a purple nerd here. In his right hand, he's holding a wooden staff. And in his left hand, a leather-bound book with two dragons on the cover, entwined. There's a green nerd who is wearing a big floppy hat with a feather coming out of it. Okay? And in the green nerd's hand, one with the big floppy hat, he is carrying, believe it or not, an ornate wooden lute. On the top of the box, there is an orange nerd. He's got a big smile on his face, and he has a steel helm on. The face guard is down, so we can only see his eyes. And there is a spike on the helm. In his hand, he's holding a very sturdy looking shield. Finally, there's the red nerd. The red nerd has a cape on, a cloak, if you will. The cloak appears to be made up of leaves. Maybe basil leaves, or at least leaves that are shaped like basil leaves. And what is he holding? A long bow. There is one final image on this box of Rainbow Nerds, along with these 5 animated nerds. The final image is not a nerd at all. It is a being with 3 eyes, a great maw, and if it didn't show its eyes and its maw, you may mistake it for a treasure chest. Luckily, since his maw is gaping, we can see inside his mouth, and he is stocked to the gills with rainbow. He's stocked to the gills with rainbow nerds. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm holding in my hand, and I'm not kidding, I swear to you, I am holding a box of Dungeons and Dragons Rainbow Nerds. Dungeons and Dragons Rainbow nerds. Yeah, it is awesome. So what's the deal here, huh? What's happening with it, right? You want to know, right? I wanted to know. Let me tell you. So apparently what happens here is, what you can do is you can buy this box of nerds, then take a picture of the box and your receipt, and send it to nerdscandy.com by March 31st. If you do that, you will immediately get, and I quote, 6 mini adventures leading to one ultimate Dungeons and Dragons adventure. Pretty mysterious, huh? You couldn't find it on the internet? Well, why don't you try Willy Wonka's Dungeons and Dragons Rainbow Nerds? No, don't smash the nerds, Chronic. Eat them. You eat the nerds. Oh, I love Skittles. Skittles and nerds, although I haven't had nerds in a long time. Very good. Very good. Oh, here's the link. I didn't even want to look at the link. I'm worried I'm going to spoil the adventure. Now I have to go to Tracy's house, and I have to rifle through all her receipts. So I can take the picture and begin my quest. Who would have thought, huh? Oh, you did find it. Oh, good. Okay. Let's see what you're saying, though. Could understand how that would be difficult. Yeah. Paper receipt only. Huh. Now you can understand why I'm not sure if I can even eat these. They're that cool.